Hey y'all, it's me, Laura B at Craft and See with Laura B. How are y'all doing today? Sorry, I'm picking up a button. I am doing well, thank you. Recording in frame, that's all I care about. First, I wanted to show these stickers that I got at the Dollar Tree or $1.25 store. There's that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. And they have a ton more, but this was the one I liked the best. All right, so here we go with my design team project for Suzanne over at Nonstop Papercraft. This was for her So Shabby kit, 17 pages of goodness. So here we go, and let me just tell you right now, she's fat. There is no other way to say it. She is morbidly obese. But I just, oh man, I always over decorate. Put too much in there. Get too much bulk going on. And it was kind of hard with this one because of the buttons and everything. Anyway, on to the show. For the enclosure, I chose this, and I did get a whole bunch. I actually shot a video on Wednesday when I was working on it, and I just didn't like it. I was all over the place and couldn't figure out what I was going to do. So I went ahead and finished it, worked like a fiend. Anyway, I got 24 of these. I may have shown it in my other video, but I don't think so. My other video was a flip through. Anyway, so yeah, I had 24 of these. So I chose this color, brings out the pink, and here we go. And it'll get nice and worn, and I like that. There. Okay. Off we go. Are you ready for the Pillsbury dough pop? Pop. It's so bad. Oh my gosh, she's so bad. She's so fat. She really needs to go on a diet, lose her percentage of weight she has to, and then undergo bariatric surgery. That's all I'm saying. Sorry. Or just stop eating, one of the two. Here is the cover. I took her dress form on the stand. I backed it on 2 pieces of like cereal box and then cut it out, which let me tell you was a bitch and a half. And then I did the heat embossing and outlined it in gold. And my last step was just to glue a bunch of buttons on the front and on the back. See how the signature is supposed to, the sew is supposed to be here and it's not. So, oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so embarrassed on one hand. Probably why I'm laughing. I am trying to keep this side down while I show this side. There we go. There we go. This is from the $1.25 store too, and look, that's a nice size. So this will stay here like this. Tracing paper. Put a little there in there. Put some antique vintage papers in here, and I believe, yes, you can put it in the center of the signature. And I believe this is Italian, and it smells nice and old. And we'll stick that in there. Still recording, still in frame. Here we go. Here we go, Celtics. Here we go. High school. First page, pocket with a yo-yo. This is upside down, and I chose not to do anything with this because I like it. Some of those buttons from the button punch, and what I've used a lot of them and most of is crochet thread. You have this colored dress, which I really love doing that, and it's stamped underneath it. Here is some vintage I think this is from 1956. Yeah, this one is a Reader's Digest, the condensed, you know, the big volumes, from 1956. These, I didn't do anything with them also, and just left them with the backing paper. I made this paper with dish soap, water, and food coloring, and then you just blow through a straw. Many, you can find that many places. And this, I just sewed on a random piece. This was supposed to be a yo-yo of silky fabric. And no, I'm not doing anything else to it. I decided not to. Trying not to, you know. And then the same thing, yo-yo that had been folded in quarters and didn't want to really unfold. And I tried to use, obviously, a lot of buttons. And these are from my button punch. Again, I just used the crochet thread. Come on, you can do it. There you go. You can do it. There you go. It fits plenty fine. It's just hard to finagle. One of the reasons I ordered these tape measures because I had one and I robbed it for this. Come on, you can go down. You did it before. You can do it again. Oops, don't move it, don't move it. Just leave it. I made, again, the heat embossing and put a couple seed pearls on it. If anybody can tell me how to figure out how to lay these things flat, or if there's a way, let me know. I really like this, although it's not in the style of the Jane Austen quote on it, but I just really like, it was an attempt to make a fold out, like journal thing, and it just didn't work because of the dress. So I just really like how the silhouette of it. A fabric flip for writing space. This flips out into more where I stamped it. Here we go. I tried my hand at wonky stitching, which my sewing machine is on the fritz right now. I tried to sew thick, sticky Velcro to a knee brace, and it only took me a couple tries, like 4 stitches, to realize this is not going to work. And now it makes this weird tunk, tunk, tunk as it hits something in there, so I have to figure it out. Here we go. There's that. Here's this. Kind of burnt the edges. Fold out, and this one I sewed. I don't know if I sold the other one. So it's actually a pocket plus a writing spot. This is a flip up notepad, and then it just stays flat with the belly band. Ooh, don't move. Don't move it. There. My center fold on this one. Oh, now I'm gonna go on sewing. With I actually had a Singer sewing machine, whatever you call those. My mind is blank. Ruffle that I sewed. I used buttons. And I believe I put that there because, you know, just because. And this one I really like. I showed this in my last video that I didn't post. I took 2 pieces of fabric and did the fast flow stitching and then sewed it to the other one, but first I put vellum in it. So it's nice and crinkly. Nice and crinkly. Uh-oh. Let me reglue that. This, I cut out the frame that she had, and then I attached those to it. First of all, I obviously heat embossed it with gold and attached those 2 with it. And let me just glue this spot down real quick that my fingernail caught. There we go. Oh, mo better. I have to say, this was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. But my worst thing is decorating, because I just don't, it's like I don't know what to do, it feels like. And then I struggle and struggle, and the more I put in these things, the more I have to decorate. And by last night, I was just like, I need to get this done because I'm tired of this. Not that I'm tired of the kit, not saying that, Suzanne, just tired of trying to figure out how I want to decorate each and every element. I did a lot of stamping on this. Mitzi was trying to figure out why my dress form is floating in midair. I basically told her, shut up. I liked it that way. This is elastic that I used to bind journals once in a while with a little button that I made, a die cut. This envelope is all stamped, but actually, conceivably, it can be mailed. Here is the 5-pocket. Glossy accented this. There's that. And I sure like that pelican. I really do. Here's another one, which I didn't do a whole lot to, because these are fairly snug, as you can see. I'm just going to take them all out. Here's this one. This is some paper that you might recognize from my Happy Mail share on Wednesday. Here's the back one, and my button is textured because I can never, ever, 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 ever wait until it's almost dry. So my fingerprints were all over it, and then I just took a pen, you know, a pin, P-I-N. Actually, it's a hat pin, and kind of gave it more texture so it looked like it was supposed to be that way. And now I've confessed, so y'all know that it wasn't supposed to be that way, but oh well. I'm sure it will not. And there is a little, when you fold this thing, there is just a little tiny pocket that is very hard to see, and you kind of have to maneuver it to get that one down. I showed you the pelican one. And then here's the flip. And this is a stamp. And then I added this just because. I don't know if I'll put anything on there or not. Whoever decides to one day buy this, they can do that. I like this page. Here's a belly band. I just took this lace I have and glued it on top, sewed it around. There you go. Oh, so it's Friday once you see this, and what are y'all doing for the weekend? I currently have 0 plans, but they're kind of stuck with the glue. All right. What is the problem? Right there is a problem. Okay, I'm going to futz with this later, but this is basically it. Come on, you can do it. Okay, never mind. Again, with the heat embossing. Now, all of these are back with the bubble paper. And I have a food coloring. I was looking for the when I was at Walmart, I was looking for the liquid, and all they had in the, in the spice aisle was gel. And those colors, I'm telling you, they are true when they dry. They don't lighten up to where you can't see them hardly. Just writing spots. This, I again cut this out, the frame out, and I had an embroidery, a couple pages of embroidery, and I chose to use that. Here's this lace that Mitzi and I absolutely adore. Oops, that doesn't belong in there. This, I didn't realize I got folded. All right, so now we're going to go right to the center. And I really like this. This is that lace that I just adore. Colored to dress. And these are the ones that I showed in a video. I think you've seen all of this stuff. I think that goes well. That dress and some background, and then I took a Monet washi tape. He's my favorite. And then did the liquid pearls, and then made it look kind of hammered by doing that with it. All right, now on to this one. Make sure I'm in frame as much as I can see. Just another one. This is, you know, because she's a fatty. Sorry, but you need to lose some weight. Go on a diet, lady. And I did. I tried to actually, I was looked through and like, what paper can I tear out? And each one like had a pocket on the other side. So I was kind of, couldn't do much. Now, I really like this one. This lady, in my imagination, is, you know, preening for the guys. And this one is looking back at her and going, can you believe every time we go out, she has to preen and get noticed? I mean, can she ever just stop? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I love my sewing machine with all the different stitches. But now I got to figure out what's wrong with it. And, you know, it still sews, but I will show you kind of what it does, I think. Okay. This is one of these. And I put fashion down here just because. This is part of the Happy Mail that Mitzi sent. Which I owe so much Happy Mail, y'all. I owe so much Happy Mail. Here's the preening lady again. Another stamped envelope that can be mailed. Stickled her and put some lace on it. She's pretty tiny for that pocket, but that's okay. I like how it looks under the sewing machine. Her, I heat embossed after I watercolored. I did quite a few of these in here, and I really need to learn how to spread this stuff out. However, I traced a dress form. I think I said in one of my videos, I took her print out with the black dress form on it, and then I just used tracing paper and traced it on to just normal copy paper, and then I traced it on here and used metallic paint. And, you know, of course, buttons. Which actually looks like it's part of it. If you ask me, it looks like it's printed on. I'm sorry, admiring my own work. Flip down envelope that's been stamped with another journal card behind it. Another dangle. So those, I think those count because I believe they came out in the freebies. Obviously a journal spot. A simple card. Sometimes I can do simple. I did another one of those where I take either vellum or tracing paper and crinkle it all up to make a circle. Used one of the buttons that I had glossy accented, put some words on it. I don't know why I'm explaining what I'm doing because y'all can see it. A little tiny one. All the designers that came to my head. And this is, and I put them away, but this is the chalk writers from the Dollar Tree, and they're more creamy. They actually are creamy, not more, but they are. And I tried, when I made this, I stickled it all, but it's not showing through. More yo-yos. Some watercolor swatches. Made this one fairly simple, except for with that decorative. Sorry here. I forgot the opening was this way. That one's there. Didn't do much to this one. Oh, I missed one. Shoot. I thought I was all done. I took her little buttons. I think I shrank them. Glossy accented, no, heat embossed. And then poked holes in them like they were a button. Shoot, I can't believe I missed a card. Although I could just leave it that way. Another, I missed another one. Well, crud. Shucky darn. This one I did not sew, so it is a full writing spot. I'm thinking I'm in frame, but it's hard for me to tell unless I stand up. Oh yeah, I'm in frame. At least for that one. Oh, I'm sure you can see what I did here. This is some faux leather pages that I bought, and I just cut off tiny strips. Kind of tried to make them like hanging wall decor. Now here's the centerpiece on this one that I love. I got these charms that are actually rulers, but I'm using it as a tape measure. Put buttons on it. See, this is where all the bolt comes from. These are quite thick because I backed them. This one is, I backed them and then forgot that I wanted to actually put them on a card instead of these being the card. I have some Constellation washi tape. That's what I used. Put some faux pearls on there and then glued this tool over it. They are a little fiddly to get in, but they do work. As you can see. And then I took, I didn't finish my sentence. And then because you know, you only do one side of this, the papers, so I glued another one on the back of each one, so when you turned it over, you didn't get a white page, because apparently I'm allergic to a white page. Absolutely will break out in hives, apparently. Maybe even go into anaphylactic shock. And this string, because I glued those buttons on so well, I just kind of don't want to stay or let anything go underneath them. So there's my center, and I really like that one. I like both of them. Again, this is the paper. I guess I used her a lot. I did use her a lot. That paper that Mitzi sent me, that silver lame, that's what you call it, like gold lame. This was hard to dry on here. This one I didn't do much other than double-sided it. Double-sided it. Cluster, and I used real pins, but I tucked the pins under. I did a little fast flow stitching on that, or my version of fast flow. And again, I put the tracing paper on it. I, used a glue stick, and then instead of using this one as a tuck, I liked how it looked. And yes, I cut off the flowers because they were a little bit too fussy for me this morning. This one, just a flip out writing spot, put vellum over it, and then sewed around it. Sewed around this, and this is when my sewing machine today started acting up, and I'm going to kind of see if you can see this. Where you see that? Where it would stitch, and then it would just make that clunk sound, and then do that, like poke big holes in it. I'm hoping I can, I'm going to take that part of, where the foot is and press your foot, and I have no idea what that's called underneath there, where you put the bobbin and stuff. But I'm going to try to clean that out and see if that's the problem. Tracing paper. Buttons on this. Now this thing I did a long time ago. I hope it's okay that I used a book page. These are stamps. These little stamps came in Your Creative Studios. You can see I alternated. I got these wooden buttons, these big things of wooden buttons from Walmart, and they were on clearance for $5, and I had priced them before, and they were at least 10. And if it wasn't obvious it was buttons, I put a word there, just in case. Stapled that on and put some lace on the front. Some things I tried not to do anything with. This one is going to be textured too, because again, I can't wait for the glossy accents to dry, and my fingerprints got all over it. And then when I pressed it on there, my palm prints on there. I made these big buttons. Again, this is that elastic. And this is an open up writing spot. I could have made it, you know, put papers in there, but I decided not to. And this is one of my favorite things, and this is my entry into the dangles. Heat embossed, and then put buttons, strung it, and then put buttons on those, and it's a little belly band on top of a belly band. I've not, to my knowledge, I've not ever seen anything like that, and I'm actually very proud of this. And there's all the words in those. Put them on there. And here we are back to the middle, which is also probably my favorite thing. Here we go, and I am going to close it up because otherwise it won't stay shut. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Ugh, there we go. And again, buttons everywhere. Buttons, buttons, and more buttons. And I happen to like the metric side showing. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. There you go. You can do it. Boy, I'm discombobulated like that. I could cut this off and make it shorter, but I'm probably not going to. And we will just, I cannot, it's not quite long enough to do a bow, and I'm really bad at bows. You know, didn't have long hair. Had a boy, not a girl. So here we are. This is my design team project for Suzanne's Sew Shabby kit. And Suzanne, I hope I did a good job. I hope you like what I've done. And I love working with you again. Anyway, with that flip through, I will bid you, well, first of all, like, if you've liked what you've seen, please give me a thumbs up, drop a comment in the comment box, subscribe if you haven't already, so you get the, and hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload. And now that, you know, my life has calmed down a little bit, I will be posting more. And now I'm back in the rhythm. And I think that's everything I needed to say. Yes, it is. On that note, I bid you adieu and peace out. Bye, guys.